Welcome back to Anfield Vibes, your number one spot for all the passion, drama, and breaking news surrounding Liverpool Football Club. If you're a true Red, then you already know this channel is where we dissect the highs, the lows, and all the shocking twists that make following Liverpool such an emotional roller coaster. And trust me, today's story is going to get fans talking because it involves one of Liverpool's newest arrivals, Hugo Ekitike, who finds himself at the center of massive controversy despite being the match winner against Southampton. Now, imagine this. You come off the bench, score a decisive late goal in front of a buzzing Anfield crowd, and you instantly become the hero of the night. But within minutes, you manage to turn celebration into chaos. That's exactly what happened to Ekitike earlier this week in the League Cup tie. And now, he's not only facing criticism from fans and his manager, but also a staggering fine that could cost him 2 weeks' wages. So, let's dive into this dramatic story, break down what really happened, and look at the bigger questions. Did Ekitike let the team down? Is Arne Slot right to be furious? And most importantly, should Liverpool fans be worried about his discipline moving forward? Stick around, because by the end of this video, I'll also share my thoughts on how this incident could impact his Liverpool career long term, and I want to hear your opinions too in the comments. Liverpool's League Cup clash with Southampton was already full of drama. Alexander Isak, another big new signing, opened the scoring in the first half and looked sharp leading the line. But, as football so often reminds us, no game at Anfield comes without tension. Southampton fought back, equalized, and suddenly the champions were under pressure. Enter Hugo Ekitike. The young striker was brought on as a second-half substitute, and in the 85th minute, he delivered what looked like the match-winning moment, a brilliant strike that sent Anfield wild. The fans were roaring, his teammates surrounded him, and Ekitike looked set to write his name into Liverpool folklore. But here's where things went horribly wrong. In the heat of the moment, unable to control his emotions, Ekitike ripped off his shirt in celebration. Normally, you'd say that's pure passion. But the problem? He was already on a yellow card. And we all know the rules. Take your shirt off and it's an automatic booking. The referee had no choice. Out came the red card, and just like that, Ekitike went from match hero to being marched down the tunnel. Now, reports are claiming that the Liverpool dressing room was fuming after the game. Senior players were left frustrated, not just because it put the team at risk in the final minutes, but because it was such an avoidable mistake. Imagine the tension. You fought hard, finally got in the lead, and suddenly your teammate puts all of it in jeopardy with a needless red card. Arne Slot, Liverpool's manager, didn't hold back either. He openly criticized Ekitike's lack of discipline, calling the celebration senseless and unprofessional. And you can understand why. Slot is trying to build a new era at Liverpool, one based on structure, focus, and composure under pressure. An incident like this directly undermines that vision, and now comes the financial punishment. According to reports from the Daily Mail, Ekitike is set to be fined 2 weeks' wages for his actions, a penalty that could cost him hundreds of thousands of pounds. That's not just pocket change, it's a statement from the club. Liverpool are clearly sending a message. No matter how talented you are, no one is bigger than the team, and discipline matters. It's a bold move, and one that may just save Ekitike from repeating this kind of mistake again. But it also raises an interesting debate. Should clubs punish players so heavily for moments of passion, or was this the right call to keep professionalism at the core of Liverpool's culture? Let's not forget, Ekitike is still new to Anfield, still trying to earn his place among Liverpool's stars. And while scoring a winning goal is the perfect way to win fans over, getting sent off seconds later is the perfect way to undo that goodwill. The big question is, how does he bounce back? Does he learn from this, tighten up his discipline, and prove he can be relied upon in the big moments? Or does this become a recurring theme, raising doubts about his maturity and decision-making? One thing's for sure, Liverpool fans are passionate, and they demand not just talent, but responsibility. Ekitike will have to work extra hard to rebuild trust, not just with supporters, but with his manager and teammates too. So what do we make of this saga? On one hand, Hugo Ekitike gave us a dramatic, unforgettable moment, Anfield erupting with joy as he scored the winner. On the other, his needless red card and looming fine show the thin line between passion and recklessness in football. For me, it's a learning moment.